Have you ever decided to make a special project and you've gone to your stash to pick out just the right yarn and you come across this? So beautiful skeins that you think are going to be perfect for your project, but the labels are missing and you've no idea how much yardage is in each skein. So in this video, we're going to show you how to figure that out. Let's get started. Hi, I'm Janet, the owner of Green Gable Alpacas in Birch, Prince Edward Island, Canada. I own an alpaca farm and I run it by myself here, and I do breeding and fiber production, and I've got an online shop and an in-person shop too, bricks and mortar shop. Anyway, thank you for joining us today. If you're new here, welcome. I hope you'll stay. Please like the video and subscribe to stay up to date. For those of you who are joining us again, thank you very much for coming back. Okay, so we've got the skein of yarn, but we've no idea how long it is. So how do we figure that out? Well, the first thing we need to do is we need to kind of unravel the skein. So just unravel it like this. Make sure you don't tangle it, of course, and you should be left with something that looks like a big circle, right? Big circle, big loop. The first thing we need to do is we need to count the number of individual loops in this skein. So let's get started. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll meet you on the back end. 9, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100. There's 100 loops in this skein. Perfect. So there's 100 loops in the skein. So what's the next thing we need to do? Well, we need to measure it. So kind of make it a straight line, whatever. So take the loops, take the skein and flatten it out. So you've got kind of got one piece. I like to keep my thumb in the one corner, and I need to measure from the top to the bottom of this. So I take my handy dandy tape measure and I measure from the top all the way to the bottom, and that's 36 inches. I don't know how well you can see that. That's 36 inches. So, but you have to consider, so 36 inches is 1 yard, but you have to consider it's 36 inches from the top to the bottom, but we have a loop here that goes all the way around. So if we were to measure the entire circumference of that loop, it would measure twice 36, so 72 inches, which is also 2 yards. From there, what we need to do is we need to take the number of loops, which is 100, we already counted that, and multiply that by the 2 yards, because it's 2 yards around, which gives us 200 yards in the skein, which is perfect. Now I know what yardage is in the skein. Now it can be a little bit more challenging when you have a skein that's not a 2 yard or 1 yard circumference. That becomes a little bit more challenging. So let's try another one. So let's do this skein. Let's check this skein. So this is Lady's Slipper, which is a fingering weight yarn. And I actually know how much yardage is in here, but we're gonna pretend like we don't know. We need to figure it out. So first thing we need to do is unravel the skein. There we go. There we've got the skein. And the next thing we need to do is we need to count the number of loops in the skein. So this is going to take me a bit. 1, 2, 3, 332, 333, 334, 335. So I have 335 loops in this skein. So the next thing I need to do is I need to measure it. So I'm going to take my tape measure, and I want to measure one side of it from the top to the bottom here. So we're going to start there and go down to the bottom, and it's about 21 inches one side, which means doubled up, that would be 42 inches. What we do now is we take the 42 inches, multiply that by the 335 loops, and that gives me, hold on, I had to write this down, 13,392 inches in total. To make that into yards, you divide by 36, because there's 36 inches in a yard, and that gives me 372 yards in this skein of fingering weight yarn. So now I know how much yarn that I have. Perfect. Now I can skein it back up again, and we're all good to go. There you go. So thank you very much for joining me today. So we figured out how to figure out how much yardage was in each of these skeins, despite the fact that there's no label on them, and we don't have to completely unravel them. So again, what we need to do is you unravel your skein, you count the number of loops, you measure the length of the skein in inches, you multiply the number of loops by the number of inches times 2, because there's 2 sides, and then you divide by 36 to give you the number of yards. Hope this helps. Take care. Bye now.